Hello, guys. What's going on? Okay, I wait that you join me a little bit. In the meantime, I'm drinking a little bit of tea. What's going on? Are we crazy or what? Okay, let me tell you one thing. Of course, I don't know how this story is ending. I don't know because I don't read the manga. So I don't want spoilers or whatever, but I got in touch with these news that they want to modify the end of Shingeki no Kyojin. I mean, people are signing petitions for this. Are we crazy? Are we crazy or what? I can't believe it. For real. No way. Yeah, I know. Don't put spoilers. I don't need them. I don't read the manga, and I don't know how this story ends. But no matter how this story ends, are you guys signing petitions for this? Really? I'm speechless. Oh, this is crazy. Okay, let me drink first. I have to think about it. What are we doing? Now, look, I disagree. I noticed that now they are almost reaching 5,000 signatures for this. Come on, what are you doing, guys? Don't put spoilers. I don't know how this manga ends. I don't want to know till next year. But no matter how this story is ending, what are you doing? Are we crazy or what? as I wrote it in the description below. No way. This is something crazy. You don't like how this story ends? As we say it in Japanese, zannen desu ne. I mean, I'm so sorry for you if you didn't like this ending. But please, why are we signing petitions for the end of a story? Why we don't sign petitions for something even more important in this world? Why we don't put the same effort to create petitions for something even bigger, something even more important? What are we doing here? This is crazy. I can't stand this. I really can't stand this. Isayama decided, no matter what, no matter if he modified it, no matter if he decided to rush it, no matter if he decided to change his mind, whatever, he decided to finish the story as it was. I say it once again. I am an anime only. I don't know how this story ends. I don't want to know till next year. I'm ready to wait because I'm making reaction videos and I have to wait, and I'm really happy to wait. But no matter how it ends, okay, I also have expectations, okay? I also created my dreamy ending, okay? But if it's not happening, what's wrong with that? I mean, I'm quite confident. I'm okay no matter what's going to happen, because this is how Isayama decided to finish the story. So why do I have to go against it? Yeah, some people can say, oh, because I lost lots of years for nothing. No, you didn't lost lots of years for nothing. Because if you were just waiting for the end, it means that the middle of the story, everything that was in between, was meaningless. So next time, I suggest you to open a manga, read the first page, and read the end of the page, the ending part, directly, without checking everything in the middle. Are we signing petitions for this? No way. Okay, I've read also that in volume 34, they are about to put other alternative pages of this last chapter. Of course, the ending is not going to change. I mean, the end is the end, as it is. But I don't understand the meaning for this petition, guys. This is ridiculous. This is simply ridiculous. I don't agree. I can't stand. For real. This is something that I don't like. Because you are going against the author. Nobody can, I mean, all these people who are watching Shingeki no Kyojin or they are reading Shingeki no Kyojin, they can't be pleased all. We are all different with the different expectations, so we can't be satisfied all. This would be amazing. This would be something that it means that we are all the same, right? And this is impossible. So of course someone has to be disappointed in this, or someone has not to feel dissatisfied or not satisfied about this. This is life. Why do we have to be pleased for these all? I don't get it. I really don't get it. What are you doing, guys? Why are you signing this petition? Do you think that thanks for 5,000 signatures, things can change? Do you really think that Isayama now is, oh no, my fans, they don't like this project, so, do I have to rewrite the story? Should I go to the studio once again to write the ending one more time just to please all of you? If you think something like this, believe it. No way. But the fact that there are people who are starting these petitions, it's quite ridiculous to me. You can invest your time to sign a petitions for something better, more important, things that deserve for real people who are staying all together for a better purpose. There are lots of things that are more important in this world right now. Why don't you sign petitions against wars in the world? This could be even more efficient, trust me. Why don't you sign petitions to help people who missed their kids, their children? Why you don't sign petitions for human rights? You sign petitions to change the end of a manga? Quite childish, quite ridiculous, and totally stupid. Because this is not going to happen. I don't really think Isayama is going back to the studio to say, oh, let me please everyone. Let me make 30 millions of endings so they will all be pleased. I decided to make this live streaming to talk to you about these guys, because even if I don't know what the end is, I don't mind. I would have never signed a petition to ask Isayama Sensei to change the endings to please me. No F way. I can't say bad words. But WTF. What the F is this? Oh no. Oh no. This is something I totally dislike. Totally. Let me read all of your comments. Of course, please don't put spoilers because I don't want to know. I don't need to know. I'm just here to discuss with you if this is something proper to do, if this is something good to do. And of course, I hope that the answer is no, it's not. Non sono gli americani che si lamentavano come al solito per tutto e per tutti. Ciao a tutti ragazzi, non so se siete connessi perché logicamente da voi è mattina presto, ma cos'è sta roba? Cos'è sta roba? Lo dico in gergo proprio giovanile. Cos'è sta roba? Cos'è questa cosa? Cosa vuol dire una petizione per cambiare il finale di Shingeki? Dove stiamo arrivando? Alla deriva dei continenti? Neanche, alla deriva mentale proprio. No. Ma non pensate minimamente che se voi mettete la vostra firma in quella petizione, Isayama di punto in bianco si mette a cambiare la storia per farvi un favore, perché non esiste, non succederà mai. Mettetevi l'anima in pace, non può accontentare tutti, abbiamo tutti una mentalità diversa, con delle aspettative diverse, eccetera, eccetera. Quindi è meglio se cominciate a cambiare idea e a scrivere petizioni o a far firmare petizioni per cose molto più importanti, per cose che veramente hanno un senso e per cose che sono veramente determinanti per la vita di tutti noi, non di certo la fine di un manga. No, I love how the manga ends. It's fascinating. I wasn't a big fan of the ending either, but yeah, utterly ridiculous. Of course, people can like it, people cannot like it. This is something okay. It's because of tastes. We have all different tastes here in this world. But to sign petitions to change the end just because you didn't like it, that's quite disrespectful towards the author, because we are saying, oh, author, you have to do what the F we want because we are going to buy this, we are going to read this. So stop creativity. I mean, if you want that the author is making the ending you want, it means that the creativity of the author can go away or can be erased because who cares? Okay, this is something bad. You should let people write their own stories, and if you don't like it, please start your own story with your own ending and release it to the world, because probably you can even be better than Isayama. We are waiting for you. I'm really waiting to read stories that are even better than Isayama's. So if you have other ideas, start writing, start a novel, start a manga, start drawing. We are waiting for you. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. No. This news is not translated from another language. I saw it on different pages regarding anime, of course, without spoilers, and they are all saying the same thing. They want to sign the petition to create a more creative and alternative ending for Shingeki no Kyojin. So this is not something, this is not a bad translation or what. I read it multiple times in these 2 past days. So it's not different. Hello there. I think people wanted the ending to be depressing, but it wasn't as much. I don't mind. I don't want to know the end. Okay. But no matter if it's depressing or not, no matter if it was a sadder or not, no matter if it was a happy ending, that's Isayama's decision. So why we should go against it? I don't get it. Why we have to go against his own will to finish the story as it is? Then, if you like it, if you don't like it, that's okay. That's life. There are lots of people who read books every day and they find a great ending or a bad ending and they say, I didn't like it so much. I expected something else. But we don't sign petitions all the times to change the endings of movies, the endings of novels and stuff like that. It can happen. But we can't do something like this. Are you really, I mean, do you really think that Isayama is going to change the ending thanks to this petition? Really? Come on. Be serious. Yeah, I don't think these people are fans. Because if you're a fan, even if you like it or not, you reach the end of the story because you appreciated what the author gave you throughout all these years, and that's it. It was an experience. It was a story, and you can like it, you cannot like it. If you don't like it, it's okay, because We are all different, as I told you before. So we can't expect to have the same expectations, the same dreaming ending, the same things. Or we don't expect that all people like this. But listen. Okay, try to put yourself in Isayama's position, and you're finishing your story, and they sign petitions for you to change the end of the story, disrespecting your own work till now. Would you feel satisfied? Would you feel happy? Okay, if it's a suggestion, is something okay? Because you can say, Isayama, it would have been better if you did something like this, or I think it would be better if you changed this thing into something like this or something like that. But to sign a petition in a world in which we live right now, where there are so many problems, and petitions could be helpful for many, many other reasons. This is ridiculous. I can't even comment more. For real. If you sign petitions for this, you lost the conception of this world right now. Or you live in a fantasy world where rather than the end of this manga, everything is so peaceful, everything is so beautiful in the world. Wake up and understand that the world needs petitions for something even better, for something that deserves attention. Please, clear your mind. I really hope you do this. How did your husband react to the ending? He said that he liked it. Yeah, he really liked it. Of course, he said that he expected something else too. And of course, he couldn't tell me what he expected because I have to wait next year to discuss it together with him. But definitely, he said, "Okay, it's an end, and it's quite clear to the story." He said that it has a deep connection with episode 1, so it's like a circle, and I agree with this. I mean, I agree for the fact that throughout this story we saw that there is a cycling or a repetition of a thing. So even the fact that the end probably is connected to episode 1, it makes sense. But it's coherent. It's not something crazy, something that it has no connections at all. So yeah, he liked it. Yeah. Still currently, wait, it's the most famous manga, so people are going to react wrongly. Yeah, but no matter what, people always have to complain. I mean, even if the ending was a masterpiece that we have never seen before, people would have had complained anyway, because this is the nature of a people. If they don't complain, they are not satisfied. But then, if they experienced the same thing they are doing this thing to Isayama, they would have said, "Oh, poor me, they are bullying me. They say that my story is not nice. They say that I have to replace it, blah, 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 blah. They don't respect my will of creation," and stuff like that. So if it happens to someone else, they are ready to complain, to attack, to disagree, to disrespect, etc., etc. If it happens to them, then they play the victim role. And they say, "No, the world is against me. Why not?" That's unfair. We should put ourselves in other people's positions. You asked me to do this in season 4 all the times, episode after episode, or you said that one of the most important things in Shingeki no Kyojin is to put myself in other people, in other characters' position and try to understand them. Yeah, but you're not doing this in real life. Huh? So, or you are coherent and you respect what you say even in real life by doing the same things you say for an anime, for a fantasy story, or you don't say it. Because I don't like when people act so big and they say, "I understood everything about the story of Shingeki no Kyojin, why people don't understand this, blah, 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 blah," and then they don't put in action the words they are saying. This is incoherent. It means you didn't understand anything about this story. Because the great messages we find in this story, we should put them in action even in real life. If we really want to change the world for better, we should take inspiration. But if you sign petition for these stupid things, it means you didn't understand anything. You just spread hate for nothing. This is wrong. It's not like said the petitions are gonna come to fruition. Exactly. They are not going to work anyway. Only the writer know how perfectly end this project. But of course, this is just paying attention and just to pay respect to authors' decisions, to authors' will. If we didn't like, if you, I mean, I still have to check it, but if you didn't like the story, if you didn't like how this story ended, that doesn't mean that all the previous things that happened in this story are meaningless or they are not good. You already know my position. I mean, you already know what I mean. When I check a story, when I check an anime, I can't judge everything by looking at the last episode. Because otherwise, I just watch the first episode, I just watch the last episode, and that's it. No, to me, it's really important even what's happening in the middle. Because no matter what, guys, okay, no matter what's going to happen, I don't know and I don't want to know. I wait next year to know. But no matter what's going to happen with the last episode I will watch next year, I can't forget the journey that all these characters made throughout years and years and years of chapters and chapters and chapters, or episodes and episodes and episodes. Do you understand what I mean? We have to understand when we reach the end of the story, we have to think, okay, did these characters develop somehow? How they developed? Was it worth the development of the characters? How was their journey? How did they change throughout the seasons, throughout the years, if we talk about the story itself? This is really important. The ending, yes, it has a great importance, but that doesn't mean that if this last episode is not what we expected, the rest of the story is a piece of S. You understand what I mean? I can't say bad words. The journey is really important. And let's pretend that we have a story at the beginning is a masterpiece, the ending is a masterpiece, but in the middle, it's a failure. Do you prefer something like that? I don't think so. I mean, not in my position. If we talk about my opinions, I really prefer to start a story that makes sense the more we go on, that develops the characters, and it's going to change the characters through their own experiences. And then if the ending is not what I expect, I already thank the author for what's in the middle. This is what I believe. No, of course they will not pay attention. This petition is something crazy and something that should be canceled immediately because it's totally disrespectful. If they really wanted to create an alternative ending, they should have called Kodansha, right? They should have called Kodansha and say, look, I have an alternative ending for Shingeki no Kyojin. Can I publish it? Or they should publish it for themselves only. But they can't ask an author to go back to the studio and to fulfill their goals just because they are quite selfish. No, this is not going to happen. I like the ending. It's logical and built up very good. The problem is some people didn't understand the story. Okay, but that's something different. It's their own fault. Because if some people paid attention on battles only, or they paid attention on how Kakoi is a character, the abdominals they have and stuff like this is something different. But they can't ask something like this. I really dislike to see people who are wasting their time to sign petitions for something that is totally ridiculous. Please don't waste your time with this. Waste your time to create something better for the world, for real. Create petitions for something that really matters in this world, because we really need people who start petitions for something that is even more effective. Sign petitions or collect money for people who really need money. Start petitions for something that is definitely more important than this. Ciao Giacomo Galeazzi, se sei italiano capisco anche l'italiano, sono italiana, quindi. I'm a big Attack on Titan fan. I respect Isayama work and ideas, but I can't just ignore the issues with the ending. I want the ending to be the same, but I can't ignore it had its issues. But I hope the anime goes another route or something. No. The anime will be the same as the manga, first of all, because Mappa is going to follow the manga. Second of all, you say that it had lots of issues. Try to ask yourself if these things you call issues, they were created on purpose. I mean, it's most of the times the authors, they create some things, or they want to create a sort of a mystery around the story, even at the end, because it's on his purpose. I mean, he has his own purpose to do something like this, or because he liked it. Okay, there are some stories that they are not going to explain you everything. Many people want where is it written? I mean, is it written somewhere that the mangaka has to explain everything in detail till the last page without keeping a sort of a mystery around some other things? Then, if this thing doesn't please you or you don't like it, okay, but it's not obvious for all stories to have a detailed explanation. Do you understand what I mean? Many people are saying, no, we need explanations. No, we need to know what happened, or we need to know that gesture. We need to know that glimpse of an eye. We need to know the explanation for that metaphor or for that symbol. We need to know what happened to that character, to the other one. We need to. Okay, you need, but that doesn't mean that there is something obvious for everyone. Or that doesn't mean that you find somewhere written every manga has to get all the explanations to the fans, otherwise the story is not completed. It's not a fact. All authors decide what to do. They can decide to explain everything. They can decide to explain half of things. They can decide to leave you the mystery of everything. It's their own choice. Nothing is guaranteed. I don't think Isayama, since the beginning, he said, don't worry, guys. I'm going to explain everything you're going to see, and everything will have a detailed explanation, so you will not be disappointed. So all details, all gestures, all symbols, they will be explained. He didn't promise you anything, sincerely. I don't think Isayama promised you something and then he disrespects you by not fulfilling that promise or by not keeping that promise. So these issues, you see them as an issue or as issues But that doesn't mean that these are real issues. This is just your point of view. I can accept your point of view, but this is a too exaggerated issue. Attack on Titan have a big fan base. Yes, quite big. Yeah, I noticed that. I was expecting that the ending will never satisfy everyone. Of course, that's a real life too. Okay. Sorry, I'm drinking because. Ooh, but they say stupid things about that means they never understand it. When I read the finale, I was having questions, but when I reread the manga, I have all my answers. Okay, see, maybe you didn't, not you, but you guys probably didn't pay attention to details in previous chapters, so you can reread the manga maybe. Or it's not a problem if while reading the finale you are confused. It's not a problem. It can happen. But to hear that this story is a great issue, but sincerely, let me tell you honestly, there are people that while they were watching season 4 part 1, they had problems to understand. I mean, they had problems to understand the context. They had the problems to understand the dialogues. But from my point of view, it was not so difficult to understand things. There are, as you can see, there are people who are used to watch anime, or they are used to watch this type of genre, or they are used to get in touch with intricate plots. So it's not so difficult to get things or to imagine things or to theorize some other things happening later. And there are people who have great problems to handle the story as it is, or they have problems to get in touch or understand everything they see. So as you can see, there are different people. But if you don't understand it, that doesn't mean that the entire world doesn't understand as much as you. But creating a petition for this is crazy. I don't know. I just wanted to share my opinions with you because um, I really like Shingeki no Kyojin, and the fact that it has a strange structure as a plot. It's really interesting because, to tell you honestly, I'm really tired of plots that are always the same, or plots that are repeating the structure of the plot as always. Okay, but I think Shingeki no Kyojin makes a little bit of difference because instead of going from A to B, from B to C, from C to D, it's everything is like a circle. So everything is connected. The important thing is that if you pay attention on everything you see, because at the beginning when I watched the season 1 when I was in Italy, I didn't pay attention for real on what I was watching. I was just, okay, let's enjoy, let's follow this story. But later when season 2 started and season 3 started, I said, okay, I really think that right now I have to put myself really connected to this. I mean, I really have to connect myself with this plot, and I have to pay attention on everything I see, because for sure there will be something that I will miss and I will not understand. So I paid attention to this. And the more I went on, the more I discovered that, wow, the real story, let's call it the real story, starts after. Because usually we are used to see the beginning of a story at the beginning, okay, since episode 1. But we understood that the real starting point of this story was happening many years before, or it was happening from another side, is if we talk about the world building of Shingeki no Kyojin, right? So we were convinced at the beginning that the story was starting in a certain way, and then we discovered totally the opposite. And I really like these type of stories because they amaze me, they surprise me, they wow. Okay, I'm already confident with the stories that you have a linear plot and you just follow them, etc., etc. But I am more amazed when it's happening something atypical, something that we are not used to see. So I really like the structure of this story. Then, no matter how this is going to end, it's fine. I also have my expectations. I also have a favorite final scene. I told you already. If you followed my comments and thoughts, and if you followed my future theories plus rewatch, you know what I am expecting. But if it's not going to happen, it's okay. I will always have the possibility to dream in my mind my own finale, because nothing can erase my dream finale. Even if it's not happening, that's what I can still dream. That's what I can still imagine, or I can come back to rewatch the story, and by knowing how this story ends, I can try to understand the path Isayama wanted to fulfill, wanted to choose to go on with. So I don't think I will be disappointed. I just think that if it's not going to happen what I imagine, okay. It means that Isayama gave me a plus that I have never think about, and I will be amazed instead. On the other side, sometimes I think that if an author ends the story precisely as much as I want, I will not feel surprised. I mean, I will say, okay, I imagined this. It was quite clear that the story ended like this to me. Do you understand what I mean? So somehow I prefer to be surprised instead. Because if the story is ending as much as I wanted, okay, yeah, it finished as much as I wanted. Okay, good. But if there is another ending that I'm not imagining, that I'm not expecting, wow, it's even better to me, because the fact that I have never imagined this gives me the chance to say, oh, wow, Isayama, I have never thought about this. Thank you for giving me another perspective or something different that I have never imagined. This would be even more amazing. Maybe. Who knows? I will let you know next year. But I really think that what do you expect? Okay, I expect okay, for sure Eren is going to die, because we can't reach the end of the story and we can't see Eren surviving, in my opinion, because this is a happy ending and Isayama doesn't want a happy ending, for what I know. So for sure Eren will die. And Mikasa is going to survive, because in my point of view, from my point of view, and I told you already, I think many weeks ago, I think even before episode 16, if you go and check out my future theories, they are on the channel, so you can check them out. But I really think, okay, let me start from the beginning. Okay, I mean, I really think that Eren is trying to push away his best friends and his dear people, because he wants to become the main target of everything. Okay, and if his best friends are about to follow him, there is a chance that they are about to die too. So the fact that he wants to push them away is just because he wants to protect them instead. That's why I don't consider Eren as a villain. That not at all. I really think that he's just playing a role, and this role is part of the sacrifice that he wanted to fulfill. Because season 3, part 2, we all know that Eren was saying, "I want to sacrifice myself for everyone, for humanity, etc., etc." Plus, I don't think Eren has the same plan as Zeke, but he's using Zeke for a purpose, and the purpose is to create or to be able to reach Yumiru or Ymir's final form. I mean, a final stage, as she is in the legend. Because in the legend, we see that at the beginning, Yumiru or Ymir was getting in touch with this something, and she had the possibility to become a giant. She was so enormous, right? We saw it even in season 3, part 2, when Grisha was explaining the story, etc., etc., or even in previous seasons when you see that she's getting in touch with something, and it can be a demon. But I reviewed that scene too, if you go and check it out. I don't think that what's in front of her and it resembles as a demon, that's something. I think that something is just something else, because I really think that Yumiru, that has I think she has an apple over there, and in front of her there is this demonic figure. I think that maybe this is just a reflection of what she is, as much as when Eren is confronting himself in the mirror, using the mirror. So I don't think that that demonic figure is that something. Do you understand? But okay, let me go on. I really think, judging by what I saw in episode 15, 16, whatever, and even the preview for part 2, I really think that Zeke will survive thanks to Yumiru or Ymir, because she wanted him to be alive. And I think Yumiru or Ymir, she is understanding Zeke more than others, because judging from the preview, judging from the trailer we saw some months, I mean, almost 1 year ago, we understand that Yumiru or Ymir had a difficult life. She was bullied, probably. She was one against all the others, because we see that all people are pointing at her, right? So I think that Eren wants to meet her, or wants to find her somehow, wants to reach her somehow. And the only way he can be able to do this is to connect with Zeke and start the rumbling, or starting this thing. And if Eren can reach her, the only thing he wants, that is going against Zeke's plan, is to thanks to her, to create the final form of Yumiru, to become so big, so giant, as we saw in the legend of her. And then the fact that he is hated by Mikasa, Armin, and all the others, thanks for his proposal, because he wants them to hate him, even if it will never happen, in my opinion. But I think that, yeah, Mikasa, Armin, and all the others are about to kill him, because I saw this in Naruto already. I mean, I think Eren will be the same thing Itachi was. Sasuke killed him, and why Itachi decided to choose Sasuke is because Sasuke had to shine, and Itachi had to play the role of the bad guy. The same thing is happening with Eren, I guess. Eren wants that his best friends are shining and are remembered as the only people who could beat Eren. Because I think that Eren if he really wants to be killed, also because he has a time limit, so he knows that he's about to die. But if he really wants to be killed by someone, he doesn't want other people rather than Mikasa, Armin, and all the other dearest people he has. So if we have to choose one person that can kill him, and this person is embodying all the dear Eren, the dear people of Eren, that could be Mikasa, because Mikasa is, I think, oh, come on, when he said that he hates Mikasa, that's totally untrue. I have never believed that, and I really think that she can be the only way to kill him, because that's what he wants. He wants that only Mikasa will be able to kill him, or Armin, but one of the two, for sure. I'm really sure about this. But my finale, my best finale, would be if Mikasa could be pregnant or could have something from Eren. I mean, if she has a baby and she's going to lose Eren, but she's not going to lose Eren because she has the baby, and the baby is like a sort of a heritage. Do you understand what I mean? Even if Eren is dying, and it's quite painful, she still has someone who resembles him. So she will not be alone. Because if she will become a mother, and every time she will look at him or her, it depends if it's a boy or a girl, but she will see Eren once again. So she will not feel alone. She will always feel Eren surrounding her or Eren around her, as much as when in season 2 he was talking about this scarf, right? And he was saying, I will always put around you, around your neck, the scarf. Always. That means, to me, it was a love declaration. I told you many times this, even before season 4 was starting. But yeah, that's what I believe. Mikasa will lose physically. I mean, she will lose Eren physically, and probably if she has a baby with Eren, this power or these things he experienced will always stay in the memories of her, because she's an Ackerman and she can't forget. But at the same time, even the baby will have a way to remember things from his father or her father, so he will always be there. I think Eren, before dying, will always find a way to be there for Mikasa, because that's what he promised in season 2. So it can be a scarf, it can be a baby, or it can be another object or another tool or another person, someone that is connected to Eren directly. So I really hope, or maybe Historia's baby if Eren is the father. Anyway, there is someone or something that will connect Eren with Mikasa forever, because that's the promise he made in season 2. Nobody, few people, in my opinion, at that time paid attention on that scene, because many people were saying, oh no, come on, Eren was just friend zoning Mikasa. I mean, he didn't want to kiss her, he didn't like her, he didn't love her, he was just trying to push her away. Mikasa wanted to be kissed because she was about to be kissed, but then suddenly Eren stood up. But I think that those words were more important than a kiss. I think that was a clear love declaration to her. But at that time in season 2, even my husband didn't believe something like this. I mean, even my husband thought, okay, everyone in the fandom are seeing Eren with Mikasa together, is a love, blah, 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 blah. But at that time, I told my husband, look, be careful. This is a love declaration. So something is so clear to me. It was not a relationship of sister and brother, no. Even if sometimes Mikasa could embody the figure of a mother, a sister, a lover, everything. She was the personification of love for Eren in all sense. But I really think Mikasa loves Eren since the beginning. I mean, she had a love at first sight. So I really think, yeah, even if she will be so sad because Eren will die, I really think that someone connected to him or something connected to him will always be around Mikasa. That's what I imagine. That's what my finale is. That I don't know if a Historia's baby, I mean, if the father is Eren, okay. I mean, maybe Mikasa is going to become the instructor of this baby. So if Eren was the father, she will always have a way to connect with Eren anyway. And also because Historia really trusts Mikasa. So who knows? But there will always be something connected with Eren. I'm deeply sure about that. It's impossible that he's going to die and Mikasa is about to forget about Eren and she doesn't care about him anymore. No, no, no. Or it's impossible that Eren is going to die and he will say, okay, come on, forget about me. No, something like that. Before dying, maybe he's going to say, forget about me, start a new life, who cares? No, 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 no. Exactly, the season 2 when there is the love declaration, also because Mikasa also was making her love declaration somehow. It doesn't matter if you say I love you, the usual sentence we see in anime, skida or skidayo or daisuke, etc., that's obvious, and that's what I don't like. I mean, if in Shingeki no Kyojin at the end we see in the last episode that Mikasa is saying, I really love you, Eren, and he will say, I love you too, but now kill me, or something like that. Oh, no, come on. No. I think in season 2, they already made their love declarations. So that's why Mikasa is not believing him at all. No. But Ignacio Salazar, this is what you believe. But if you believe that the finale was a trash, that doesn't mean that all people think as much as you. I'm so sorry for you, but I don't think I will be disappointed. Just because you say something like this, I'm not going to trust you. I'm about to trust Isayama Sensei more than you. So sorry for that. I mean, at least until next year. Monster, boring finale for me. Okay, good to know that that is for you. Ecco, esatto, sì. No, solo perché qualcuno mi dice il finale fa schifo, cioè non è che posso basarmi sulla tua opinione, io mi baserò su quello che vedrò l'anno prossimo, cioè non mi voglio far condizionare ogni volta nel sentirmi dire fa schifo, è puro trash, cose di questo tipo. Fatemelo vedere prima, cioè prima fatemi vedere l'episodio e poi vi posso dire la mia opinione. Odio o comunque non mi piace quando le persone cercano di convincerti solo perché sono loro a crederci. Cioè, l'importante è che ci credete voi, sono contenta per voi. Nel senso che se voi credete che il finale fa schifo, è buon per voi, cioè lo credete voi, siete contenti voi perché lo credete voi, ma non per questo dovete coinvolgere gli altri o dovete far credere agli altri che faccia schifo, per demoralizzarli, per non crederci più, eccetera, eccetera. Io aspetto l'anno prossimo, voi potete ripetermi anche 300 milioni di volte che il finale fa cagare, scusate, ho detto una brutta parola, che il finale fa schifo, ma finché non lo vedo non ci credo. Sono come San Tommaso. No, davvero, scusate, cioè, io la butto sul ridere, no? Ma trovo alquanto patetico, alquanto ridicolo che le persone mettano così tanto cuore, così tanta passione, così tanta dedizione, cioè ci mettono proprio la vita, quando se mettessero tutto questo impegno per altre cause mondiali, cioè a quest'ora il mondo sarebbe salvo, saremmo tutti felici e possibilmente vivremmo in un mondo pieno di fiori e di uccellini che cantano, però non è così. Cioè, se la gente mettesse tutta questa dedizione che ha, tutta questa passione, no? No, stavo per dire pazzia, scusate, tutta questa passione anche per argomenti seri e creassero petizioni per la salvaguardia del mondo o per fare in modo che il mondo possa migliorare, stai a vedere che il mondo sarebbe totalmente diverso. Quindi impiegate le vostre energie per migliorare il mondo facendo altro, creando petizioni molto più importanti. Ecco, questo è quello che penso. Più che altro sono gli americani si sono lamentati con addirittura sì, va bene, ma sì, lo so, le minacce lo sapevo, sì. Ho letto. Anche per me è una seconda lettura, il finale è piaciuto. Oh, finalmente, sì, ma la gente non si spreca a leggerlo un'altra volta, capito? La gente preferisce creare petizioni invece che rileggerselo, capito? Perché è troppo faticoso. Cioè, per creare una petizione ci metti 2 secondi, per rileggere un'opera ci metti di più e quindi, sai, manca il tempo, manca la voglia, quindi i grandi fan poi alla fine non sono, capisci? Però ecco, non importa chi ha cominciato questa petizione, potrebbe essere americano, potrebbe essere australiano, potrebbe essere italiano, potrebbe essere del Congo, potrebbe essere giapponese, cioè, il problema è sempre quello. Cioè, non c'entra tanto la nazionalità, c'entra proprio il fatto che delle volte, beh, ma guarda che queste minacce di cui tu parli sono arrivate anche da altri paesi, anche dagli europei sono arrivate queste minacce, così come dal Sud America sono arrivate altre minacce, così come da tantissimi altri paesi del mondo sono arrivate, quindi è proprio la poca voglia di fare altro. Ecco, questo ne sono convinta, capisci? Perché, ripeto, una persona può dire mi piace o non mi piace, è giusto, è lecito, è normale perché siamo fruitori, nel senso che alla fine noi leggiamo questa storia e ci siamo appassionati anno dopo anno, vi siete appassionati anno dopo anno perché io non ho ancora letto il manga, logicamente ribadisco, quando la storia animata sarà finita mi prodigherò per leggere anche il manga per vedere le differenze, però cioè raga, allora dovremmo fare petizioni per qualsiasi film che è uscito, per qualsiasi libro che è uscito, perché se non ci è piaciuto bisogna rifare il finale di tutti, non solo di Shingeki. Cioè io non credo che per altri anime, adesso non lo so, non credo che per altri manga, confermatemelo, si siano fatte petizioni per cambiare il finale, ditemelo, è successo altre volte o è successo solo per Shingeki? Il che non è che cambia quello che penso, cioè alla fine credo che è sbagliato lo stesso. Però voglio capire, è successo anche per altri manga, è successo per altre storie, oppure è successo solo per Shingeki? Ecco, questo è interessante. Ma rispetto alle scelte dell'autore, dato che sono... esatto, esatto. Anche perché se fossi stato tu l'autore, penso che avresti voluto rispetto dai tuoi lettori, no? Cioè penso che, scusate un secondo, scusate, intanto scrivimi se è solo per Shingeki oppure per... Eccomi, scusami, con Shaman King mi pare che sia successa quella... Ah, ecco, parlando del diavolo, tra virgolette, ecco, da oggi io Shaman devo mettermi le cuffie perché se no non posso guardarlo, cioè se no non posso uploadare video, ve lo dico subito. Però ecco, anche con Shaman... però ragazzi, cioè... Ah, è successa la stessa cosa per l'ending, quindi è successa la stessa cosa con Shaman King per il finale, intendi? ed infatti il finale è stato cambiato con 16 capitoli extra, mazza. E, anche se non l'ho mai letto, quindi non so dirti, ah ecco, beh, io non lo voglio neanche sapere perché seguendo l'anime non voglio neanche sapere come finisce. Ecco, questa cosa non la sapevo, giustamente, per il fatto perché non, cioè, sono un anime only, quindi non so niente di questa cosa. Però ecco, io mi auguro, ho sentito come news che nel volume 34 aggiungeranno delle pagine alternative o comunque aggiuntive riguardo l'ultimo capitolo, ma io non credo che il finale cambierà. Ecco, se devo essere sincera, e spero, mi auguro che Isayama non cada nella trappola di accontentare per forza gli altri con un altro finale, perché non sarebbe corretto, secondo me. Cioè, può mettere delle pagine alternative spiegando magari con più dettagli quello che è successo dopo o quello che è successo poco prima della fine, però mi auguro che Isayama rimanga coerente con se stesso, cioè che non cambi il finale perché cioè non avrebbe senso a questo punto. Tanto valeva aspettare un altro mese e pubblicare un finale direttamente diverso dopo, no? Quindi ecco. Però avete capito? Did you understand what I mean? Wait a second. I'm writing a message, so sorry. Ok, Isayama non è l'autore di Fairy Tail, no, che è schiavo dei lettori. Ah, questa cosa non la sapevo, emette potere dell'amicizia ora per farli contenti. Ah, questa cosa, beh no, sì, lo sapevo che non è autore di Fairy Tail, ma non sapevo che Fairy Tail seguisse molto l'opinione della gente. No, io credo che Isayama, cioè dai, ti prego, non cambiarlo proprio, rimane così, se sta bene agli altri, sta bene agli altri, se non sta bene, pazienza, fatevene una ragione, insomma. Non finisce di certo il mondo, anche perché, insomma, ogni storia ha il suo inizio e la sua fine e bisogna rispettarlo per quello che è. Okay, guys, I think, okay, if you don't have other questions, I think I will go. I was just trying to comment this thing, this horrible thing, and I wanted to know your opinions too. I don't know if I keep this live streaming on the channel, but in the case you will be able to see on the channel, you can write me your comments over there too. So even if this live streaming will be finished, don't worry because I will read your comments anyway. Do you have other questions for me? Do you need to know something else? Do you want to leave a comment? Possible, I mean a nice comment. E comunque ha già velatamente detto, mi pare, che se ne sciacqua le cosiddette di cosa beh, va benissimo, ha tutto il mio rispetto. Ha tutto il mio rispetto, assolutamente, concordo e logicamente non ci sono né se né ma, cioè quella è la sua storia, deve finire così, punto. Cos'è? Ste petizioni adesso, che mamma mia, ma perché non facciamo petizioni per cose sensate? Ah, non che, mi raccomando, non travisate le mie parole, non è che un manga di grande successo non debba avere la sua popolarità, non debba avere il suo seguito, non debba avere delle obiezioni e cose di questo tipo. Però, cioè, io credo che nel mondo in cui viviamo ci sono definitivamente cose nettamente più importanti. E quindi le petizioni dovremmo farle per ben altre cose, non per questo. Ok, any other questions? The last minute and then I will go. Do you have other questions for me? Do you want to say something about it? No? How is everything going in Japan? Look, if you talk about COVID, we are okay, not okay, because here the cases are rising right now. And I think that the most important thing is happening in Osaka right now. But even Tokyo cases are rising day after day. Yeah, we start vaccine. We start the vaccine procedure too here in Japan too, but it will take a long time, I guess. So I don't know how this will go on, and I really don't know how much time it will take. Because to tell you honestly, I really want my mother back here. I really want that she's able, together with my father, of course, but I want they will be able to come back to Japan soon. But I don't know until it will not be possible to do this. Unfortunately, we can't do anything else. But I think the situation here in Japan is definitely better than in other countries. But we have to wear masks. We have to make a distance. But there is not a restriction. I mean, there is nothing in particular, or there is not a law that is telling us to stay at home and stuff like this. So, for this reason, I think that we are in a better condition than America, Europe, or South America. Yes, I really think that it's quite different. Yeah. Facciamo una petizione per non far più mettere i giapponesi. Ecco, bravo, bravo Lorenzo, mi hai letto nel... No, dai, sto scherzando. Ovviamente ci sono cose molto più importanti, ma sì, concordo, concordo. Mamma mia, ma sai che... Ma loro mettono la... come si dice? Loro è come se mettessero anche la panna, no? Loro lo chiamano cream pasta, né? Però mettono il latte e creano una sorta di crema con la pasta, no? E la mettono anche nella carbonara, quindi renditi conto della tragedia greca, tragedia giapponese che abbiamo qui quando si mangia la pasta. Robe allucinanti. È meglio che non intavolo questo discorso perché ne avrei per milioni e miliardi. Però sì, assolutamente, una petizione per quella sarebbe fantastica. Okay, okay, guys, I think for this live streaming, that is it. No, hope you enjoyed. No, because I hope you will delete this petition once for all. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for subscribing. And see you later with the Shaman King. And see you on Saturday. Yeah, see you on Saturday with the Dragon Quest. And then, of course, with To Your Eternity, Code Geass, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Questo dico che vai all'estero devi mangiare il cibo locale e non il tuo. Ma guarda, devo essere sincera. Ci sono certi ristoranti italiani qui in Giappone che fanno bene da mangiare, cioè rispettano proprio le regole. Quindi non è propriamente detto al 100%. Ci sono logicamente le rivisitazioni del nostro cibo e quello insomma, ma ci sono tanti altri ristoranti che seguono alla lettera quello che sono le nostre tradizioni e quello che sono le nostre ricette passo dopo passo. Quindi sfatiamo anche il mito che tutti i ristoranti italiani qui in Giappone siano una miseria. No, non è così. Ci sono tanti ristoranti italiani qui in Giappone che cucinano, e sono giapponesi, che cucinano le ricette italiane alla perfezione, cioè proprio come Dio comanda. Are you going to do any other Attack on Titan rewatching? No, for now, no, because I'm waiting next year. When this story will finish, maybe I will do the What If series, or I will maybe read the manga together with you. Who knows? Let's see, stay tuned. Ma la Napolitan pasta è buona o fa pena? Non l'ho mai provata perché non mi piace il solo pensiero, quindi non mi posso esprimere. Non l'ho mai provata. non l'ho mai assaggiata, proprio perché so che c'è il ketchup invece come si chiama? Della salsa di pomodoro, mi viene l'ansia. Perché io il ketchup non è che lo digerisca tanto, quindi mi crea molta acidità di stomaco. Però, oddio, neanche mio marito l'ha mai assaggiata e lui ama molto la cucina italiana, quindi no. Per il momento non ti so dare una risposta. So solo che se chiedi ai giapponesi dicono che è buonissima. Oddio, se chiedi agli italiani non ho mai avuto un'esperienza diretta di un italiano che è mio amico, che è venuto a Tokyo e ha mangiato la Neapolitan. Ecco, quindi non ti posso rispondere. Ok ragazzi, ok guys, thank you so much for the support. See you in the next live streaming when it comes, or if something really bad like this is happening, or if I have to comment something, or if I have to chit chat together with you, normally free with lots of freedom and randomly. Bye guys, see you. Bye bye.